Hang your head in shame, be ashamed. This is not a silly game, no game. Throw insults, throw blame. It's just for clicks and views and fame. Name. This toxic community of ours, shameful, misuses views and powers. From Sean and Mid to Mr. Mittens, Boo, to Crow of Jew to saving kittens. True. Spiders caught by side-eye guy, live out their lives when back outside. May make lots of noise. Charms to hits of the Backstreet Boys. What else can I say? We all are here to stay. When toxic rocks it with love and care. Hearts and hot dogs everywhere. Nothing but a search for truth. Expose the fake and show the proof. Mythos knows it's all at stake. He knows when he tells the world it's really fake. It shows. Jeff cooks up a mighty hit. Oh yes. By telling peeps to buy his shit. You get Mr. Grain is here to stay. No fall. Animal is on the way. With bingo ball. Fantastic, his coffee ready. Spooky. To keep the live stream nice and steady. Cocky. Shape is from the US South. Cool. If you fake, then shut your mouth. So it's tough in the paranormal game. Yes. Everything else is completely lame. You guess. What else can I say? We all are here to stay. When toxic rocks it with love and care. Hearts and hot dogs everywhere. Nothing but a search for truth. Expose the fake and show the proof. Mythos knows it's all at stake. We all are here to stay. When toxic rocks it with love and care. Hearts and hot dogs everywhere. Nothing but a search for truth. Expose the fake and show the proof. Hey guys, can you tell me you can hear me, please? That would be awesome. Just find some music. Sorry, completely at 6s and 7s. This is not a good look for first Artstream back. Let's just see who's here. Oh, hang on. Right up, chat. Hang on. Sorry I'm late. I can't find my webcam. I had to use my camera, which sucks. Blame Crow. Not blame me, actually. I went back to bed. Right, let's start at 2 o'clock. Hey Tanya, how are we doing? Hope everybody's more awake than I am. Indiana becoming hotter and hotter. I'm boiling. I've got the fan on, so I'm hoping it's not making too much difference because I'm a bit further away from the mic than normal. So let me know if you're having problems hearing me. The chat's on there. Bump. Hey. What I'll probably do at some point later in the week is another art stream that's a bit more with it. Mystic Mimo, Pinky. I'm doing an art stream, just not the way I like to do it. I need my webcam.
Roger, how are you doing? Everybody's recovered from this morning from a certain person's 4-hour live stream. Hey Pam. John Boy in the house. Can't believe I'm early. I'm usually late to the chat. I'm late to the chat today. Sorry guys, really sorry. I'm still scrapping around, so I'll talk while I'm just finishing off. Glad the stream will be sourcing out my recycling out in freezing fog. Oh, I know. I haven't been outside yet. I haven't even looked outside the window, but I know it ain't sunny out there. I can tell from here. Stuff that for a game of soldiers. Oh, I'm dead that for ages. Yeah. I'm trying not to get taxis at the minute, but if I have to go up tonight, I might have to get one because yuck. Caroline just got out the shower, no problem. Tanya's hibernating. Too cold to go outside. Oh god. It's so good. I'm already sick of snow. I'm not aware that we've had snow. Hope not. Pom, you can have all the snow in the UK if you love snow. Nothing here. Send it home sick of hot weather. We're never happy, are we? Never happy. If I didn't have to work, I wouldn't leave the house ever in winter. I only leave to go to the shop. And we get most of the stuff delivered. I only go up for the extra bits and pieces. So I'm pretty much housebound at the minute. There's no car. Hey Lane. Are you doing okay? Oh, just let me get rid of... No wonder I'm not seeing much chat. There we go. Passport. I haven't got one either actually at the minute. I'm going to have to get one sorted next year just in case I do end up travelling, which I don't know if I will. Mike, oh, leave America for good. I'm supposed to be going to America the year after. I had a little nap during this time. I couldn't. I was mudding. I probably should have done it once I saw Elaine and Raven got there. Because don't forget to remind him, Mike, you need your wrench back. I'd literally woken up and he'd already done half an hour, and one of the first things I hear is, Sarah, I've what's it called? I've hidden Mike. Can you unhide him, please? I'm like, oh God, I can barely see. I managed it though, but he needs his wrench back. Wayne in the house, moaning at me for being late. I don't know. I need some sympathy this afternoon. I was going to say I don't think it's Sponge. I only know Sponge, James and Raven will get this party started. I don't know if we'll see Raven. I suspect she'll be sleeping. You never know. Maybe they'll bring a bottle. Well, Mum's just been in and said, do you want anything? And I said, yes, some toast. Trust me, it'll be a miracle if I get it. She'll forget by the time she's downstairs. I'm hoping I'm going to eat my words because I'm starving. It's someone needs to over. I'll be busy. Thank you, Elaine. You tell him. Bloody nag. Nag. Is today RPM? Yes. I think it's 8:30. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, do you want cheese?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Nothing else?
No. Thank you. I think it's 8:30. Their premiere for their final results for Knowlton Church, which they've been looking at for 8 months. Somebody put the link in the chat. That'd be awesome. I don't think this guy's talking to me. I apologise to everybody. I'm going to be eating toast for a sec. She only did one slice. I'm impressed she remembered any. Because I've been really bad at answering messages. I have, and I don't think the lighting's. I'm not happy with the setup today. I am going to do some art, but it's not the way I like to do it. So I will do. I should have done this in members only for the first one, but can't find my webcam. It's disappeared. Sponges on the way. It's one way. Do you know my sleeping at the minute is just stupid. Awake all night, asleep all day. John Boy's got his new Christmas jumper on. It's plain grey. That's not very supportive of Justin. It's supposed to be multicoloured and crappy designs on it. You've got two plain grey ones. What do you do? Order double, buy one, get one free. What's the other one? Black. No, Raven's there. I stand corrected. Hey, Raven. Are you awake? I'm not. Hey, Laura. I'm still here. I'm probably behind already. Guys, just be aware that once I do get the art up and running, especially as I'm just here on my own, please don't hate me for being not noticing or half of the chat. Spanish says I've done everyone. Don't start that rumour. Rat row. The reminder was only 10 minutes late today. I haven't shared this out, so apologies as well. I've still got 27 in. So there must have been some notifications. 102. Hey, Susan. Audio is good. That's good. Oceans. Hello, appreciably kind, pleasant voice, radiant soul, spectacularly awesome, creative-minded, good-natured friend. Oh, I love it when Oceans comes in. It's a pretty good mic on this, actually. I mean, I do need to set my proper mic up, but for the Artstreams, it would actually be quite useful just to be able to use this one. Greetings to be all in chat. A pleasure to be immersed in your fun-loving company, y'all. That's something I say quite a lot now, y'all. Pay several people for that one. Hello, Sponge. can hear the fan. Oh. If the fan's too much, guys, let me know. But that's why I don't hear you eating. Yeah, it's distracting. Sorry, I've literally not had the thing today, so. She's only made me one slice, so it won't last long. What brings you here, Sarah, my good friend? How are things life going as late? Don't ask. A train wreck at the minute. Sleep patterns suck. You know, it would be useful. It would be useful to be able to literally sort of stay awake for 2 solid days and then have a sleep and then be wide awake. I can't remember the last time I was wide awake, actually. I don't know what I'm saying. Alexis Artemis Green had the first. Hey, hey. Oh, God, I'm trying to catch up, guys. I'm trying to catch up. If I may curiously pry, what artwork have you been working on lately? Actually, I haven't. I've been doing bits and pieces for the yearbook. I need to get my business cracking again because I need to be earning again for the business. But I also need to do some new merch. So once the new year is upon us, because I've got a lot on in the next 2 weeks for the channel, then you'll see some very serious art streams from me. Because I'm actually just working on a small sketch pad today, but normally I like to work on the big pieces for the art streams and for the business. So will you, in your own appreciably creative way, do some spider-based artwork of any kind? I may do 1 or 2 bits actually for the yearbook. You know, just have the occasional spider here and there. Oh, shut your face. Do you know what? I did a 5-mile walk on the seafront this morning. It was lovely. I've walked from the bed to the computer to the bed and back. That's been my walk today. Oh no, I went to the loo once. Went to the bathroom. Do you know something? I am sure. I know it's no excuse, but I am sure that if I still lived next to the sea, I would actually get out and walk more. I miss the sea. Where I am, it's boring. There's some nice places to walk in town, but they're too far from me. Did you stream your beat? Yeah, you need to start vlogging again. Or is it because it's grey and horrid? Hey Cynthia, good morning, my darlings. We like today for a bit and making cookies and dessert breads today for Christmas gifts. Oh, hell yeah. After a very cold Christmas day, we're going out to Mum's farm. That'll be cool though, right? Didn't film, it was just full of fishermen. How rude of them. Peachy, hey. Thank you so much, Pinky, for the gifted membership. Really appreciate it. Who took your wrench? Crow did. By accident. He was live streaming on his phone. And I could be critical, but I'm the exact same way if I'm on the phone. I was doing it this morning because I was going between phone and a computer. He accidentally timed my cow. No, he accidentally hid him from the channel. So effectively banned him, which is disgraceful. Even though I've done that, and it was Mike. I've done that to Mike. Even though at the time I was aiming at Phil. And because he'd been hidden from the channel, his wrench got removed. So yeah, he needs to get his wrench back. So yeah, that's what I woke up to this morning. Sarah, can you unhide Mike? Angriata reacts. Hey, hey, howdy, all you crazy cool kids. It's the morning here. Time for some caffeine. I'm just drinking hot caffeine right now. Yeah, I think I joined about 7. I think he must have got about 6:30, Elaine. Something like that. And I didn't think it was going to be a long live, but it ended up being 4 hours. I missed the start. Oceans of Spiders, thank you so much for the $5 Australian. Much love and respect and abundance of good wishes. Awesome friend. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I was going through the live stream I did a couple of weeks ago when I had both Crow and Sag on. Because I'm clipping it down just to put as a podcast. And yeah, Oceans is in there. So when Sag turned up saying, oh, be nice to this person. Sounds lovely. You'll learn, sweetie, you'll learn. Yeah. It's community rule to give Sag a tough time. He is a sweetie though. I did not tell you that. I will deny ever saying that. Oh, Mike, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate you. Thank you. I'm still not getting notifications for that. I've got to try and remember to keep checking during the live. I always feel so bad if I miss somebody when oh God, how far behind am I? 10 minutes, crap. I also feel bad if I miss somebody during the live stream. I haven't seen something come in. Hi, Sarah's mum. Thanks, Elaine. Yeah, please show APRF some support. Really like to see us try and get them some more subs as well, because I really do think that by next year they should be looking at the 500 mark. They deserve it. Can I have my drop bear now? You can have whatever you want, Alexis. There we go. There will be a drop bear in the merch. I might redo it, knowing me, because I'm probably going to look at it and think, no, I'll do it again. But there will be a drop bear in the merch. Can we plank John Boy just for the hell of it? What Sponge wants, Sponge gets. Just doing as I'm told, John Boy. Hang on. The computer's further away from me than normal, so I'm struggling with this. I've got a brand new webcam. I've got one somewhere. I don't know where the bloody thing is. It's usually right next to me. It's probably just fallen on the floor or something. It's a much better picture though than a stupid film camera. Did I say hello to Carla? Oh, Carla, I'm sorry if I didn't say hello. Just moan at me. And the lovely Star Spangles is here. My heart's been unlifted from the nut of despair it was in. Oh, not really awake. Join the club. Cynthia's headed to the lurky corner. No problem. Jonathan, hey. I'm going to bypass the John Boy talk. I cannot wait for John Boy to stream again. I know he's slacking. He's seriously slacking. I keep getting bloody things on my Facebook going, I've got 1 million subs, I've got 1 million views, I've got 1 million hours. And I'm thinking, how? You're never live. Get on it. Crypt, hey Crypt. Maybe tomorrow. Notice the maybe in there. Oceans of Money's case to live stream, don't worry. Okay, well he might be live tomorrow. Okay, John, it's my inmost soul's desire that you stream tomorrow, good soul. You're way too nice to him. Get a big head. Can't even hear the fun good because I'm so pleased with that because it's actually on cool because I'm baking for some reason. Can't hear the fan over my dehumidifying. Probably what I should do actually, get myself organised, is actually put it on the floor so it's not actually on the table because the other thing is it'll be vibrating through the table. Y'all is a real word. I would admonished if I didn't say y'all. And howdy here in Texas. That would be downright rude not to say howdy. Never say howdy, but I say y'all a lot more and more. That's talking to Crow. It's plain Crow. What? Sponge and I want to see John Boyle stream. I also want to see Raven. Yes, Raven hasn't been live stream for a bit. Oh my god, 1:25 a.m. and still 30 degrees. Ned busted out his Bob Ross in the spirit painting. Awesome. Hey, Aussie Cat. Oh, I'm trying to catch up, guys. I'm really trying to catch up. There you go. John Boy's going to go live tomorrow. And now he's said it, Sponge will not let him forget. Going on the treadmill after this, no seaside for me. What I need to do is get myself all sorted out with an exercise bike. Our coastline is huge in Texas. Unfortunately, the water is brown and it smells not pretty like Florida. Never been to the coast. I've been to Texas, but I've never been to the coast. I mean, part of Texas I've been in, I loved. You get bottom banned. Effectively, you can't ban on YouTube. You can only hide. And he was basically hidden. So effectively, YouTube-wise, he was banned. What is your safety net? I don't have one right now. Do you have a passion, creative outlet, or artistic preference you focus on when life's getting tough? Music. I always regret, because I was a musician when I was a lot younger, I always regret not keeping up with my music. Not professionally, just for me. But yeah, I have various playlists that if I need just to chill, or just to relax, or just to try and forget everything, or just to... I have some nostalgic playlists that kind of make me feel better. So music. First and foremost, music. I always love when Crow comes on for a quick chat 4 hours later. I didn't think that live stream was going to be a long one. So I kept thinking, I can get back to... I can go up to the shops, I can do this, I can do that. And I know what he'd say if it was here. Sarah, you don't have to, don't feel as though you have to stay, but I don't like missing them. Because I do occasionally miss them. I missed the last one, members one. That's why I pushed the live stream back, and I was a bit late. So it was a fun live stream. Tell that to Crow. Oh, I tried to be a full-time sweetie. Me too! And I so don't. When insomnia kicks in, I lose much of my charm. I am grumpy tired. I am very, very grumpy tired. Thank you so much, Alexis. Thank you so much for the membership. I really appreciate you. So don't get behind the chat virus again. I'm trying to catch up before I actually turn the camera on, but people are probably thinking, oh, you said it was an art stream. Disappearing. Oh, Mike, thank you so much. You treasure. You treasure. The other thing is, I mean, a lot of people here will know this, but I mean, it can be very, very stressful doing a YouTube channel for all sorts of different reasons. But at the end of the day, and one of the reasons I do quite a few lives is, I mean, was it last week or the week before? It was middle of the night. I couldn't sleep, and I wasn't in work mode. And I just went live. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was amazing, just talking to people and chatting and support. So, trust me, there's a side of doing YouTube that's difficult enough that you wouldn't do it unless you were 100% into it. I have got a video coming out this week, which I've been adding to, which is why it's not out yet. The basic was done. About people who think they're too good for YouTube and oh, YouTube's crap and blah blah blah. You'll see it in the video. But at the end of the day, it's the good that comes with it is just amazing. You broke Raven in Crows. Here's Raven and Crows. A million. You know everyone that got them. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, I so like it when it's recognisable names. Pop told Sarah to drink cold coffee, and I'd forgotten about that. Hang on. Just up to John Boy, maybe I'll catch you live. Oh, you lucky thing. Raven, if you need rest, sweetie. I was surprised you were here. I have a music list with complete random music from pop music in the 90s to Disney music, 12 classics. Yeah, sometimes you need, there's certain songs that are nostalgic, and I'm very eclectic in what I listen to. Yeah, I'm fundamentally a rock fan, but there's all sorts of things I listen to. And I kind of have one list that's very much sort of. I was talking the other day when we were talking about sort of Googling, trying to find stuff, and there was a song from my childhood, and I couldn't find it. And you might not, unless you're UK, you might not know the name. It was a guy called Roger Whittaker. I had his children's album as a kid. A beautiful song on it, and I couldn't remember the name of it. And that's on my playlist because it just takes you back to a safer time, simpler time. This year I grew more natural, slow but steady. Yeah, slow and steady wins the race in YouTube. People are too desperate to clamber for subs and views and clicks and oh, I need 50 subs to go live, I need 100 subs for two. It's like slow and steady. I mean, I've been doing this 2 years. I'm just over 1,000 subs. And I've said before, I would know how to get more, but I need to do it my way. To be happy with what I'm doing, I need to do it my way. And for a small channel, I do really well. I was in the YouTube chats daily for 7 years. It's how you meet cool new people from all over the planet. I don't just post content anymore. I deleted my 2 videos years ago. That's fine. It's also why I'm sleeping. My sleep's all over the place because, I'm talking to people in different countries. So, MacArthur Park. Oh, is that yours? I have quite a few. Stuff I grew up listening to and stuff like that. No, you don't. There is a misnomer that people think you need 50 subs. If you, I think you need it to stream through YouTube. But that's the other thing. If I'm honest, I'll get the camera switched on in a minute. But that's the other thing is this idea that it's like going live's all very well, but there's a lot of people going live, and you need content as well. If you need your channel to grow, unless you're doing something specific on your lives, like I don't know, podcasts or something. You need the content. That's where you get your growth from. Still trying to wake up. Me too, Pinky. Me too. Just let me finish this last bit of toast, and then I'll switch the camera on. Oh, there you go, Pinky. You're wide awake now. Elaine said, "Wakey, wakey." Captain Caveman here. Wakey, wakey. Or whatever it was. Time is it in New Zealand? I'm guessing it's about coming up to 4 in the morning, is it? The seeing spiders thing, I think Sarah said it's a thing for some people. Yeah. It's also the way they move. The brain can't handle the pattern their legs move in. Oh, I got it right. Oh my goodness. Pinky's 12 hours ahead of you. She's 13 hours ahead of us. It's Monday. It's I don't want to go harp on about it because I don't want to upset Caroline, but there's something about the order that the legs move that doesn't compute with the human brain. There's a theory called it's all right, Peachy. I'm sorry that I haven't got the artwork started yet. I am about to. You can. I'll do a bigger art stream in the week as well, because this one's going to just be a sketchy one. There's a theory called mirror neurons. Have you ever noticed if somebody says, you can even do it in speech, if somebody says hello to you, you say hello back, or if they say hi to you, you say hi back. If somebody sort of moves a certain way, especially if it's somebody you know, you tend to sort of do the same thing, top the head to the side, and it's something called mirror neurons. And horror movies play on it because if we see something that doesn't move in the way we can, think about The Ring, think about Samara crawling and being all twisted. The brain can't handle it because we can't replicate it. Wow. That was all learning for me not being awake. Oh. Uh, if you know, I apologise. I always found different stuff came up, and when I finally got diagnosed, I kind of went, "Oh, that makes more sense." Yeah. Um, I'm old. My mind thinks I'm 25. My body thinks I'm 75. You're not kidding. Since I had the COPD diagnosed, God, I feel 90. That's also why they put a shot at Angels, makes you feel uncomfortable. What? That's also why they put shots at odd angles. Oh, shots at odd angles, is that supposed to say? Yes. Um, Slanted shots are supposed to make you. It also signifies that if you're watching a movie and it says shot at an angle, it signifies that the character's world is on a slant. If it's upright, they're stable. Um, if you want an extreme version of that, it's an old movie, but I think you can watch it on YouTube. It's called The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, which was a huge influence on Tim Burton. And even the set is all strange angles, etc. To show it. I'm actually 53. I'm 58 for another month or so. Sorry, that's why they do shots at. Oh, no, yeah, I got it. Yeah, that's why they do it. There's lots of different ways the camera that you're unaware of it doing it. It's less of a thing now, but in classic Hollywood, they also use staircases a lot. So if you've got 3 people on a staircase, or 2 people, even just 2 people on the staircase, whoever's higher up is the one in power. They still use that today. It might just be at a low shot at a low angle. If you're seeing somebody shot at a low angle so they look dominant, they're the one in power. I won't bore everybody. I could lecture you for hours. Yeah, it's very good, and you can see how it influenced Tim Burton. I'm 38, but mentally I'm a mature teenager. My brain is refusing to age. It's a Dutch angling film. I used it in my movie to film cars driving down the road to express time passing. Yeah. Yep. Orson Welles was one of the pioneers, actually. I mean, Citizen Kane for me is like a laboriously dull movie. But if anybody wants, and it tends to be one that film students have to see. I don't think it is something that film students have to see, but I do think it's something that people who want to be a director have to see, because there are a lot of key camera angles and camera uses in Citizen Kane that kind of pioneered a lot of cinema. I'm stuck in 2007. Best year? What? What's that doing in 2007? No, it was not my best year. I'm flaming well assure you. Yeah, it was. That's why people sort of watch Citizen Kane and go, "Oh, why is that such a classic?" Which kind of was me the first time I saw it. But having studied cinema, it's genius in terms of the direction, and that's why it gets named as one of the best movies. Stuck in 1992. Where am I stuck in? Where am I stuck? Probably early 20s, 1990, late 80s, late 80s. And I was still going around all the concerts, etc. I've got to start doing the smart work in a minute. I made a feature horror film in 2011, and my cousin is the witch in Conjuring 3. The movie Lawless, written by my cousin Matt and my great uncles. Film is just part of life. Film does become part. I mean, I've worked on a film set, and I mean, I used to teach filmmaking, but um, from my point of view, it's mainly from the theoretical side, and you can't help it. Sometimes it kind of ruins it because it is very difficult for me to see a film that has a twist, a surprise ending, a twist in the ending, and I don't get it early. I actually love it when a film fools me and I don't get the ending until it happens. I love being surprised. Um, but I'm one of the people who saw Sixth Sense and got it in the first 10 minutes. Yeah, Hitchcock was a genius. I'm not a massive Hitchcock watcher, but the same. I mean, Psycho's awesome, but the same with Hitchcock. Um, Hitchcock actually did. This is in the terms of the UK, not Hollywood, but Hitchcock did the first talkie movie in the UK. It was half silent, half talkie, and it's called Blackmail. Um, and he used the sound to. It was a thriller, and he used the sound to build the tension. Um, so yeah, he knew how to, and he was very much an auteur, which is why he has a bit of a bad reputation sometimes. He had control over everything. I had restrictions when I was a teen and didn't live up to my full potential, so I'm living through it now, and nobody can stop me. You're never too old to just go for it, you know. Um, you're never too old. You go for it, Alexis. I always get the twist. Love it when I'm surprised and don't get it on that. That is a good film. I mean, occasionally, do you know what? I'll tell you which movie. There's two movies that I didn't. One I did get it and I dismissed it, and the other one I didn't get it and I kicked myself. One was. They've both been out for a long time, so spoiler alert. One is Unbreakable with Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson, and I did guess it halfway through. Oh, I did guess. I did think, oh, I wonder if it's Samuel L. Jackson. And I thought, no, that's. So I was actually really surprised that I'd dismissed it, and at the end, I turned out to be right. But the one that I really kicked myself. But you go on mute for a minute if you haven't seen the first Saw movie. But the first Saw movie, I kicked myself at the end of that when the body gets up off the floor. I'm thinking, why the fuck didn't I question that body being there the whole time? It's like, it was awesome. The second Saw movie, though, I got straight away. I was ready for it. But yeah, that first Saw movie, that was funny, actually. 12 Monkeys was Terry Gilliam. 12 Monkeys is awesome. I haven't watched that for ages. I might have to give that one a rewatch. Terry Gilliam's an awesome director because he comes from an artist's point of view, because he's an artist. A lot of Hitchcock is probably the biggest director to influence, especially things like thrillers and horror. I know he influenced Spielberg big time. Some of Jaws was Hitchcock influence. Yeah, Hitchcock. It's a bit like the generation before would have been Orson Welles, Citizen Kane. There's some older Hollywood directors also that tend to get forgotten, but and I'm trying to remember the name of the main one, came over from Germany to escape the war. But yeah, hugely influential. 12. The other thing for 12 Monkeys was that I think it was Brad Pitt's breakout role, because he was really he pulled a Johnny Depp really and tried to get roles that weren't just about his looks. And he's awesome in that. Best plot twist ever. Hey John, I am doing the art stream, I'm just lagging. I actually didn't enjoy 2 so much. I really need to go back to the Saw movies and rewatch them. But yeah, I do remember kicking myself with Saw. Also, the first one, I assume the others do the same thing. I can't remember. Saw is also a good example of horror using persistence of vision, which is when the brain fills in the gaps where that aren't actually on the film. It's how stop motion animation works. You fill in if you sort of like a flick book. If you make a little flick book, it'll be seamless. It's how early cinema works. I'm doing a video on all this. Your brain fills in the gaps that aren't there, and that's why the first Saw movie works, because a lot of the time you don't see anything specific, but you go right up to the point where something awful is going to happen, and the imagination, the brain takes over, so your mind sees it, even though it's not on screen. Yeah, he did actually, didn't he? He did. That's just Identity. I can't remember Identity. Zoetrope, yes, how the Zoetrope works, and it's how moving pictures started when they worked that out, when they sort of realised you stream a bunch of pictures together that have been taken in quick sequential mode. It's how early film started. Right. How many swords are there while I just get myself sorted? Don't know what I'm going to draw. I do, I've got it here. I'm lying. 10 plus. I've lost my drink. Where's my drink? Oh, it's there. It will be. It won't be till after Christmas, because I've got all the Christmas stuff coming up, including the musical, and I've got the yearbook to. Well, that's more or less done now, etc. But yeah, in the new year, one of the new things coming up. I've been working on it for ages. Is looking at it. Was Crow that suggested I did it. Look at early film and early photography and relate it to the paranormal. So that is coming up. Use me teaching knowledge. By Carla. Your brain will attempt bad practical effects easier than amazing CGI. You have a suspension of disbelief in film, and the brain inherently doesn't accept digital imagery. I don't like CGI movies that are too heavily CGI. I actually loved the fact that with things like The Mandalorian, they went back to as many practical effects as they could. You can tell the difference. And I don't care how good CGI gets. I'll be talking about that as well. There is a way that your brain is a lot more intelligent than you are, than we are. The brain picks up on stuff. I can't remember California. I know which movie you're talking about. I don't know if I saw it. Watch Saw movies to unwind. Oh, sweetie, you take care. Take care, Julie. That's your way of unwinding. Not really a horror fan. How much prefer a psychological thriller? I actually like, you know, I like horror, but I mean, I like all horror, but I like traditional ghost stories. Uh, right. Where's my tablet? Crap. Oh, it's there. Got it. Okay. Put that there. Just finish this coffee and then I'm ready. Ready as I'll ever be. What are you drawing, Sarah? I'm literally just doing a little bit of sketching today. No, I'm not drawing on a tablet. I don't draw on the tablets. So, I mean, I do have a graphics pen somewhere, but ugh. I might give it a go one day, though. That would be easier to stream. I'm just screen share. Um, I need to do some Stranger Things sketches. So I'm actually taking a piece of artwork I've done already, but using some of the different elements to it. I just hate the fact I couldn't find my webcam because I don't know how it's going to work. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. Casablanca, yeah. 4 more days. The next Stranger Things. Yeah, there's 3 episodes. It's nearly 6 hours, I think. It's about 5 hours worth of. It's one. If anybody wants to know, it's 1 a.m. Boxing Day for the UK. They're releasing episodes 5, 6, and 7. Actually, Pam, the one I've got, so I've got a graphics tablet, so I have to draw on the tablet and it appears on the screen and it does my head in, not being able to look where I'm drawing. And is it New Year's Day or New Year's Eve for the, I think it's New Year's Day, so it'll be the second for us for the finale. We'll all be just desperate for Christmas and New Year, the week between Christmas and New Year to go so we can watch the finale. Can't wait. Yeah, but then it's over. Or they say it's over. I'm not 100% convinced on that. I don't want a graphics tablet with a monitor. That would be better. I mean, the graphics tablets I've got's all right. I got it for my animation work, but with newer tablets, you draw right on the tablet and you see what you draw. Might be something I have to look at. I have an app that lets me draw directly on the screen. I haven't got an iPad, I've got a Fire tablet, which sucks. Because it doesn't like certain programs. I used my Fire tablet when my laptop broke to go live. Pull YouTube up on it, on a live on YouTube, you can't see the chat. Apparently it's some sort of argument between Amazon and YouTube. Talk for Stranger Things spin-off. They have done a stage play, which actually looks pretty good. Actually, if I lived somewhere where I could see it, I would actually watch that. So, right, camera. There you go. I would actually watch the stage show. It does look pretty gnarly. Just pull this round so I can see it. Is that affecting the light? That should be alright. My laptop has a touch screen. I think it only plays in London until the 27th. Then it's only on Broadway. I suppose they might eventually either do a video of the live show or do a movie of it. I can't see them leaving Stranger Things alone. I really can't. Like you say, spin-offs. There's even been some hinting that it won't. So where can you actually see? Can you see it there? No. You see from there. Okay. I shall take the comment up. Right, so guys, don't hate me if I miss comments. So I'm just going to see if I can. It's a bit close. It's better. Right. I'm hoping you can see the pen marks. I'll have to use a thicker pen if you can't. This will be upside down, by the way, because, like I say, I haven't sorted this out properly. You see? Can't quite see that, can you? No. There we go. I'll try and keep talking, but you don't know what I'm like when I work out a time when Phil's around sometimes to be on with me. I will do a bigger piece though when I found the webcam I can get set up properly. I never actually really tried my graphics tablet properly. I'm so impatient. I kind of thought, oh no, I don't like doing it this way, and gave up on it. It was actually because I'm doing a project which is a music video, and I wanted some of it to be me drawing, but I didn't want, the hand in the way like I have normally. I mean, it's fine for my channel and stuff, but I wanted it so it was you can see the live drawing, but no hand. So I thought, well, a graphics tablet's a good way of doing that. But yeah, I'd find me pens as well. We'll get this started. This can also, as well as I'm doing this for something specific, but as well, this will actually go on to the some of this stuff will go onto my art channel, which is all time-lapse drawing at the moment. I need to get that back up and running again. But I need some Stranger Things pieces, so I'm actually taking this from something that another piece that I did, which is actually licensed. It's the only bit of fan art I've got officially licensed. It's always a popular one. So obviously starting with the good old Demigorgon. I've got Funko Pop of a Demigorgon. He's very cute for Demigorgon. Because yes, I'm a Funko Pop. I don't have masses, just the ones I want. I'm not a completist or anything, but I do like the Demigorgon. Because if anybody's new to the chat, I am a complete nerd. You never grow out of being a nerd, by the way. 58 years and counting. Never stops. I hope the chat's behaving, because I'm not looking at it. Is anybody still here? Love the Demigorgons. I should do a Pictionary at some point, actually. When I've got the light and the camera set up properly, we could do some Pictionary. That would be awesome. I can't see this properly, and I'm looking right at it. By the way, the picture I'm using to do this is actually one of mine, which makes it much easier, because if you copying from your own stuff, you've already got your style in place. So I do have a definite style. Oh yeah, you can see it's a Demigorgon. Got to get this lighting sorted out. I've got to try these lights out. They do have different settings. I think the white light is probably a bit harsh. Might try different tones. Just feel a bit harsh on here. Can't make hot coffee when you work here, no stove. That's just wrong on every level. You need a union. Shouldn't have to work under those conditions. I wouldn't work under those conditions. Hell no. No coffee, no worky. Not happening. Is it Sponge that calls coffee anti-kill juice? Somebody in the community calls coffee anti-kill juice, and definitely, at work when I was going to say when I wasn't working for myself, but even working for myself, no coffee, no worky, anti-kill juice. Especially when I was on the blooming market. Because that was awful. The last few years of that was really bad. It's actually why I gave up in the end. And I couldn't do it now anyway, but it was just horrendous. I mean, I had one or two lovely friends on there, but people who ran it and a lot of the people who were trading there were just like, it was like being in a schoolyard. And when you're self-employed, yes, you've still got to deal with people. But one of the reasons I'm self-employed is so I don't have to put up with the crap that you put up with at work. Maltesers! Kettle is the best invention ever. Hell yeah. Talk to some American friends, and I always have to try and explain that if you say you move into a new house, or you move out of your parents' house, or you go to uni or whatever, very first thing you buy is a kettle. Can't function without a kettle. you can go a day or two without your pots and pans and all that stuff, but you've got to have a kettle. It's the law in the UK. Um, and it's not like they're much money. You can get one for £5, 10 if you want to go posh. Um, Staple part of the kitchen, unless there's a power cut. It's actually why I still have a gas cooker. Because if there's a power cut, you can still turn the stove on. Have your tea and coffee. No tea and coffee, that's when civilization breaks down. I'm waffling, so I'm not looking at the chat. I'm sorry, guys. Make my hot chocolate with milk. I prefer my hot chocolate with milk, I must admit. It's not the same if you're just using this. I know that this is a bit. Actually, I've just thought. Um, oh, it's because it's not camera. I was going to say, because I could have made that full screen. Um, do you know, I love drawing monsters because if you're drawing a person, you have to get it right. Because we have a set amount of rules for the anatomy. But when it's a monster, you know, nobody can say, "Oh, it's not anatomically correct." It's a demigorgon. Not supposed to be anatomic. As long as it looks like a demigorgon, doesn't matter if the arms aren't quite long enough or they're too long or whatever. It's supposed to be all warped and what's the word? Mutanty. That's how it works. There we go. Let's go down then. That's what demigorgons are. Boiling water next to PC sounds dangerous. Mine's on a separate little table next to me. That's why I do an intermission when I've got to make a coffee. Because it's too loud otherwise. Just get this arm drawn in. See, all twisted. Making some of this up now. Right, let's just see if I'm missing anybody. Has anybody come in? I've not. The Puerto Rican, hey, hey. How we doing? I saw this lighting out. It's really annoying me. I don't know. I need the webcam. The webcam will be clearer when I do the webcam. Hey, Lisa. We shared out your. We'll do it again. We shared out your linky poo for tonight. Premiere tonight for APRF. If you're not subbed, why not? Awesome. And tonight is their. They've been looking at Knowlton Church, a place called Knowlton Church, for 8 months, is it? And it's their final summary of their findings tonight. So I think it's 8:30 UK time, so that's what, 3:30 US. So please show them some love and go and check them out. And if you're not subbed, again, please show them some support. I'll tell you what I need, which I haven't got. I need some water. Bummer. Get some shortly. Never thought of that. I'll start doing some blending. And we're blending, and we're blending, and we're done. Sorry if you watched The Big Bang Theory. Again. Like I said, nerd. I always end up with a big thumb in my drawings by the time I'm done. America does fat artery clogging food better than anyone else. I mean, we fry butter or Coca-Cola. Fry Coca-Cola? How do you fry Coca-Cola? Other than putting it in the frying pan. I'm just happy that my caffeine-free Diet Coke is now caffeine-free Coke Zero because it tastes so much better. Oh, I'm saying I haven't got any water. I've got the kettle next to me. Could actually just use some of the water out of that. Duh. I'm not awake yet, guys. Give me a few hours. Fried Coca-Cola is amazing. It's the fountain syrup battered and deep fried. That sounds awesome. I would love that. I would not say no to that. Sorry my lighting sucks, guys. I'm not quite sure why it's sucking so badly. Actually, I think it's probably more likely the camera than the lighting. No, that's no better. I'll get my webcam found for next time. Collected some holly. Ooh. concept of an art stream with an AI art thumbnail. I know. If you want me to wax lyrical about AI, I will. I am a professional artist. Nothing I actually sell is AI, but I am not a hater of AI for YouTube. I actually think it can make. I haven't got time to do artwork for absolutely every single thing. So if I put the AI thumbnail up, people recognise it as being me. Do you know something? I'm not having a go at Seeker's Gecko, by the way, but I have noticed recently people are being very vague when they put AI videos up, and in terms of AI is a problem, etc. Mr. Gray did one the other day, and it ended up he was talking, also he was talking about ghost videos, etc. Or he was talking about the videos where animal ones and where it literally looks like a real place and they're being passed off as real. That's different, but I can assure you as an artist, if it's the intent and it's how it's used. And I did think that normally with my art streams, I actually do have some of my own artwork in there, but I just didn't for this one. But I'm not a hater of AI. I can't believe that I'm not, because I can be an art snob. I poo-pooed colouring books for a long time, and now I'm actually making my own. But it has its place, and frankly, if it makes the channel look more professional, you won't. I mean, I have an art channel. You won't find any AI at all on that. That's all original artwork. My art channel is called the Occult Academy. But for this channel, which is paranormal channel, I don't see any issue with it whatsoever. I try and do it so people don't get confused. People don't think it's me doing it. Also, my merch, no AI in my merch. That's all me. Hand drawn. But the whole AI. I mean, I do a lot of animation as well. I have an animation channel that is all AI. But I think time and place for it, and so long as people are honest about it, I mean, I'm not going to do a live stream just sitting with an AI program going, oh, let's generate these pictures. It's also very useful as an artist just to build ideas and get concepts and even if it's just things like body shape. I mean, it's what you do as an artist anyway. You build what are called mood boards. Could be like, you can build a mood for one piece of art. You can build a mood board of about 20, 30 photographs and pictures, just to get styles and inspiration and etc. etc. And AI makes that so much easier. So I still use both when I'm coming up with ideas, but it's like anything. The same arguments came out when Photoshop was invented. Oh, it's photoshopped. And living in a county which has a very heavy tourist area, and it's a very beautiful county, so there's a lot of people who sell their photography. And I actually hate the photography snobbery. Oh, I don't do anything to my photographs. It's literally just taken on the camera. And you're sitting there thinking, bollocks, is it? And there's nothing wrong with just adjusting the levels or taking that little glitch out that, you hadn't seen the bird fly by or whatever. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't use Photoshop, I use Lightroom. Well, your Lightroom's doing the same thing. It's changing your levels, it's changing your brightness and contrast. You can do it on camera, you know, if you've got a good SLR, put it into different modes. I'm sorry, I'm on a rant. Give me enough drink and I'll become a broken AI. Abuses information storytelling, dad jokes. Yeah, exactly. We are all at AI. You ate too much Maltesers. Is there such a thing as too much? As an AI automation specialist, I love AI. Got to play nice with our future overlords. Do you know what? I know somebody who, when they put in a prompt just to go into Copilot or anything, says, "Please, can you please find me?" And I'm like, "Why do you say please?" And he said, "Well, it's because, you know, if the machines do take over, they'll remember me as being polite." I think AI has its place. It's like I think CGI has its place. I'm not a lover of CGI movies. I hate them when they're all CGI. It's like, practical effects. Let's get the practical effects guys in. It's actually why I don't like a lot of Marvel now. It's just like, Doctor Strange and stuff. It's just like, um, but I mean, nobody moaned when, I don't remember anybody moaning when Toy Story came out. It was the first computer generated animation. But it's like anything, you use it responsibly. I mean, I use AI for the business now as a professional artist. If I use AI, it's to filter it down into doing exactly what I'm doing here and actually doing it myself, using different elements, using it for inspiration. I won't sell AI. The only thing I've done which has got some AI in it is the yearbook, because we've had several people doing sort of stuff for that. So there is AI in the yearbook, the debunking community yearbook, as well as my own artwork. But other than that, no, none of my merch has it. But I'm sorry, I will defy anybody to say that the thumbnails don't look clean and professional. And at the end of the day, if you're cutting and pasting photographs, and there's nothing wrong with this, I'm going to go. Say you're doing a reaction channel or even a debunking channel and you're putting the picture of Simon Colby on there with the house they've been to, it's still not your own work. So I think people can get too precious about it. I 100% agree with what YouTube actually does is it asks if you're trying to replicate a real event or real people. So yeah, you go on. I'm a sod for looking through Facebook Reels. I doom scroll the Facebook Reels, and there's so much AI in those now. Often with animals, or things falling down or breaking or whatever. But and yeah, that should be clamped down on. I 100% agree with that. But I'm trying to think of a movie I love that couldn't be done without it. Loki. That's not a movie, but the Loki series with CGI. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm waffling. Yeah, so the ones scamming with AI are the ones causing the negative attitude. What did Wayne say? Is he trying to get planked? Let's do what, Sarah? Yes, that's often what I use it for, Elaine. Sometimes I'll just play around with it just to get an idea. I don't normally give this one away, but also if you know your art styles, it can be really useful for that as well, just to get ideas. I do have 3 or 4 art styles that naturally go into my work. So AI can help her on those ideas as well. Uh, I ate too much Maltesers. Hang on. Um, when we made our DVD cover, it took 24 individual photographs, overlaid and manipulated in Photoshop, and took months. AI could have done the same thing in less than now with good prompting. Yes. I mean, I've been using Photoshop for a long time. Let's not even count the years. And so I used to teach it as well. And yeah, Photoshop can do an awful lot of stuff, and I'm very good at it. But you're right, there are certain things that even now you want to do in Photoshop, it's going to take you 10 times longer, and AI is going to produce the same result. So if it's the same idea, nothing AI, by the way, if you're using it right with good intent, AI does not replace the human brain. You know, it doesn't replace the human brain. Going back to photography, I have spoken to so many photographers because I used to teach it as well, and I've met so many do it professionally, and they think because they spent £2,000 on a camera, they're a photographer. And no, you're not. You know, the camera isn't going to compose the picture for you. The camera isn't going to choose the location. The camera isn't going to make sure the light's right. The camera's going to go click and take the picture when you've actually got all of that in place. Yes, it can help you with the quality and with shutter speed, etc., but it cannot choose where you point it. And neither can AI. Sorry, I got my soapbox then. If I disappear, I've fallen asleep. Me too, Raven! Sarah, how do you turn your drawings into CGI? Yeah. That's something that one of the things that Elaine's helped me with, because the animation program I use for the songs, which is just AI pictures animated, isn't keen on the artwork. So one of the reasons I'm doing a lot of animations, and on my animation channel I've got different art styles, is I'm learning what sort of art to do so I can animate my own drawings, because that is the goal. I have a music video that's storyboarded, some of the stuff's done, but I think I need to change the style of art so that the AI can pick up on it to animate it for me. Elaine also helped me with a program for that, which is better at picking up on things like, here, what I'm doing here. But I think I'm working out how to actually do the pictures now. So when I put it into the animation program, it will pick up on it and do what I want it to do. The only unfortunate thing is, I think it's more out of my comfort zone for the type of art it wants. I think it wants painting. Ugh. So, but anyway. I named my chat GPT. He's called Nate, and we chat daily for work. You sound like wisdom. I asked him what his preferred gender was, and he said from a list he preferred. I don't want to assume. And the name from a list he preferred. I don't want to assume. That's not good. I'm not going to ask what John Boy said. Dog needs to go out. No problem. My son has a bugaboo about AI learning, copying people's art without permission. Yeah, but that's what AI does. That's what AI does, whether it's words or images or music. It's how the world works. By the way, we all get influenced by something. But that being said, again, it's how AI is used. What I've managed to get AI to do. If I'm using it for inspiration for my art, that's not necessarily what goes on YouTube, but I know my art styles, so I now can do it so it's done in my form. Um, but I think, let's be real, guys. And I've been self-employed artist for nearly 13 years now, nearly 14 years actually next year. Um, it is very rare as an artist to be making the big money, unless you get Saatchi and Saatchi to sponsor you, and you can just give them an unmade bed with cigarettes all over it and rubbish and call it art and sell it for £1 million. Um, it is possible to earn a living from it, but it's very difficult. Um, and what you have to do is have what I call different income streams. That's what YouTube is for me. It's not a full time. I don't get full time money from it. Nowhere near. I probably never will. But it is one of my income streams. And that's how art works. You have to learn what works for you. And you're not good. You're going to be living month to month for the most part. And it takes a few years to work out how to do that. But if you are, let's put it this way: when I first came back up here in 2012 and started the business, I had this stupid idea in my head that I had to do these pretty, what Dad used to call chocolate box pictures, like what everybody else did, and I wasn't sure that my style would sell. And my style goes really well. My style's the one that ends up with people collecting it and saying if you've got new ones, etc. Because you have to, like any business, like a YouTube channel, you have to stand out. You have to stand out. And I know people who charge way too much for artwork. It's like, no, you've got to be realistic about what you charge. And when I used to stand on the market, people used to say, "Oh, you're selling these very cheaply." And I know, yes, that's because I'm standing on Alnwick Market. The average customer is only going to pay so much. But I was making money, and you have to do it to make money. So, art's in the eye of the beholder. And I don't think at the moment, there's certain things I do think is taken away from people who earn a living from art, like myself, by the way. But for the most part, see, if I was thinking along those lines, it's actually why all my stuff's original that I sell. You can use that to your advantage, because there is a massive AI, people against AI. You can actually sell yourself on the fact it's all original artwork. People will gravitate towards that. So, swings and roundabouts. Tends to be a bit of a social warrior. I tried to explain that it was no different than looking at something and copying stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's how you learn. If you do an art degree, which I didn't, but if you do an art degree, that's what you do. You look at different styles. You go to museums. You look at people's technique with the brushwork, with the color, with the sketching, with how styles have developed over the years. Nobody, whether it's music, literature, art, whatever it is, nobody creates something in a bubble. We're all influenced by stuff that we like, stuff that we've seen, stuff that we've heard. It used to be, I don't find it as easy now, but back in the sort of 80s, when I was sort of going around to a lot of rock concerts, I used to hear a new band. I could guess a fair number of their influences. And they're a great band and they did it their own way, but you could hear what they'd been listening to. That's how creativity works. It doesn't, if you were born in a room with nothing and you couldn't do anything because you haven't got the experience. It's about experience of things. I have made stunning photos with a disposable 35mm camera because I know framing, composition. It's not the camera, it's the artist that makes it up. Exactly. I've told this story before, but when I was teaching photography, I had a student who was just a natural fucking photographer. Natural. It was actually very difficult to teach him because he just knew where to point the camera. And he got into using disposable cameras. He loved his disposable cameras. And he won a national competition with a photograph he'd taken on a disposable camera. He won a £1,000 camera as a prize. And when I saw him about 4 years later, that £1,000 camera was still in the cellophane. He'd never opened it, and he was still using disposables. It's also why if it's too costly, but if I was teaching, I hated the fact I wished with teaching photography, I could have started with film cameras. Because if you understand how a film camera works, you understand how photography works. But unfortunately, it's not viable to do. And also with a film camera, you've got to wait for it to be developed. You can't just sort of click and then look at the image and think, oh, delete. So you have to buy frozen fruit tomorrow. Oh, I got a bag of cherries though. I took great photos with my phone. You don't need expensive. I mean, I sold my camera, my Canon, a while ago. I haven't got an iPhone now, but when I got my iPhone, again, it was back in 2012. I actually got the iPhone. What sold me on the iPhone was the camera. I went to New York with my students, and one of them was taking these amazing pictures with a phone. You can probably still get the app. I think it's called Instamatic. One of my best-selling pictures was taken with an iPhone camera. I actually sold one on what's it called, Redbubble the other day. They bought a big framed version of it, taken on an iPhone. Again, it's no way to point it. I'm fine with you as AI as a creative tool, not different from a lot of the computer. Well, exactly. You know, you've got Illustrator, you've got Photoshop, you've got all sorts of, you've got graphics tablets. I'm not very well versed on a lot of the others, but magpies. Hope there's two or more. I love trying to write some of my writings for poems, or actually film some shorts, but I have no clue about AI or editing. The little animations you see on mine, I'm going to pour the kettle in a minute, so I'll play one. I create the pictures in Microsoft Designer, and I animate them in Daigen AI. And it gives them me little music videos to my lyrics. The whole debunking musical is going to be that. See, Pam, that's the thing, because I mean, I've been drawing since I was 19. It just so happened I hit a wall at 45 and had to. Illness made me quit work. I had to come home. Well, I was quite happy to come home, but I came home. And it's amazing to be able to make anything from it, to be honest. Doing something you love. But first and foremost, whether it's art, music, whether it's a bloody YouTube channel, you've got to enjoy doing it. If you're just doing it for the money, you're doing it for the wrong reason. If you're a true creative, this is kind of where my vlog's going to be going in a couple of days, by the way. The next video out. But if you're a true creative, the first passion is the art. When I was teaching full time, it's one of the things I used to love to do on a weekend, just to even if I had marking and stuff to do, was just get home on a weekend. There's one of two things I'd do. One would be get on the PlayStation, and the other would be, and I just got into the habit of putting the Lord of the Rings extended trilogy on the TV and just drawing. Now, I wasn't doing it for anybody but me, just drawing. It's very therapeutic. Yeah, and the sad thing is, and Lane will probably agree with me here. If you charge the true amount for what you should be getting for it, nobody'd ever pay it. You have to be realistic about it. It often depends where you are. I mean, I used to get things like, I generally work, this is a smaller one because of the position of the camera. This is an A4 sheet of paper. But I normally work in A3 or sometimes A2. And sometimes people look at it and say, well, if I have it, and I will say, I usually work in A3. And somebody would say to me, if I do it in A4, will it be half the price? And I'm like, no, because actually that's more difficult for me. Because you've got to squeeze down all the detail, etc. I find A3 easier, so no, you're not going to get it for half price. I did some wood carving away back when it sold. Got tired of doing the same things over and over. I'm kind of one test, one good. Yeah, that's kind of me as well. I mean, I used to sell prints as well mainly sell prints on the market, but it's actually the advantage of the way the business is now is because of with doing the paranormal and etc. I can do the art I want to do because it is if it's something you love to do like art and you're doing it as a business, you especially if you're in a tourist area like I am, you're relying on you were I was relying on that. You end up doing so much stuff that just bores you. Doesn't mean you're actually producing the art you love. Uh, done pyrography. I've never got around to using my pyrography pen. Art models, maths, etc. I take everything in turns, but I love trying new stuff out too. Yeah. That's why I've got a pyrography pen that's never been used. I have a Samsung Z Fold, has a 10 megapixel camera in it. Crazy amount of camera tech. Yeah, the phones have good quality pictures. Do you find it harder to sell art now as to further back in time? Well, I haven't been on the market for a couple of years because of being poorly. So, but no, if I was on the market, I'd be probably just doing the same. But it's because you get to know your audience in a place. And like I say, with the stuff that's my style rather than tourist stuff, I have people who collect it. So you have these regular customers that you know are going to keep coming back. That's how you get your customers. Sorry, you've got my arm here. I'm sorry. Bye, Caroline. Sorry, I'm going to crow the chat a bit. No, they don't care how much time it takes. They don't understand. So you have to be realistic with it. It's actually why I don't take commissions on very often. Unless I really want to do something, I don't take commissions on. Because, you know, a commission might take me several days. The amount of stuff I could be producing in several days to sell, it wouldn't matter how good the commission was. I could be making way much more. You have to think about time and money. My scrappy little indie film cost 12k to make, which is super low budget, but I sold out a 300-seat theatre. Sold 2k videos and had it streaming on Amazon. Yeah. Again, you know, check out my next video when it comes out. Passion goes a long way. If you want to make, you know, if you want to be a YouTuber and make millions, fake your content. If you're passionate about your subject, you know, it's not about the clicks and views. But the beauty, I'm going through the bloody vlog now, but the beauty of things like YouTube or indie film or whatever it is, creative control. And if you're serious about what you're doing, see, Angry Otter, to me, that's good. Yeah, it would have been great to have made some money out, but you made your money back. You didn't lose out on it. You did what you wanted to do and you weren't out of pocket. That's amazing. You certainly can't charge minimum wage for the alpha things like no, you absolutely can't. I've sold 3 paintings in my life, 2 to a gym, grayscale portraits of Arnold in his bodybuilding days, and as the T2 for $200. I love black and white and grayscale. It's awesome. Third was a sad clown self-portrait for $75 to my therapist at the Times College. Oh, I was commissioned when I was on a course to do an oil painting of a racing horse. I made about 100. Yeah, see, that's ridiculous, to be honest. But if you'd said any more, they'd have gone, how much? And that wouldn't have been quick to do. Bloody oils are faff, that's why I don't do it. As long as I had enough income to get by, I'm happy. Doing what you love is a great way. It is, you can't beat it. And ironically, with not being able to do the market anymore and not being able to do the local trade, I can do this artwork I want to do now. I've never done a commission. I can't work with the pressure. How are you getting paid? How are you getting paid? That was weird for me, honestly. Depends how you do it, to be honest. I didn't do it very often. I was pretty trusting. I never got burned with it. Oh, I had one once that didn't pick something up, but it was a quick one. It didn't matter. But the sensible thing to do is to take a deposit. But the racehorse was cash in hand when I took the painting in. Now I sell online, so the money goes to the website. Yeah, I sell online too. Usually. Back in my youth, I was part of an artisan group that did big sales a few times a year. I sold some stuff there. Ended up bartering for other artisans' works mostly. Bye, John. It's all right, Jamie. I 3 or 4 times, both me and my dad, separate souls, did an local art festival, and remember one year, I think we were both doing. Yes, I was in one room. We were in one little building because it was all over the town. They used different buildings all over the town, and I was in one room and Dad was in another. And I always did really well at that festival, but the room Dad was in, there was this woman who had done this picture of Lindisfarne Castle. It was mixed media, and I absolutely adored it. It was amazing. It just really caught my attention. And it wasn't cheap. I think she had about £150 on it. But I'd had a really good weekend, so I thought, if this keeps going, I'm going to treat myself to that tomorrow. And I'd made my mind up, that I was going to treat myself to this piece of work. And on the Sunday morning, I was thinking, if you still got it after lunch, I'll go and get it, because I really want it. And she came into our room, and she was the biggest pain in the fucking arse ever. She was such a snob and complaining, and I was like, you've just lost £150 sale. I am not buying that off you. Not happening. I can't remember who told me this story, but I remember somebody telling me that they'd gone to a music event and they'd actually gone with something like £2,000 or £3,000 because there was an artisan guitar maker there and they knew that they were going to be there. And he had her money in cash and he was going to buy one of these guitars, and the guy was such a douchebag, he didn't buy one. So bear that in mind. Grow the chat now, I'll do a bit more drawing. Bella painted oils at El Rastro flea market from 1950 to 1987 when he died. Sold his paintings for $25.50 framed. Thousands of his paintings out there, never recognised for his art. That's normal. That's normal. That's the Van Gogh story, isn't it? Last commission I did was Day of the Dead Skull. I got paid $100 for it. I hate people like that, so I don't do attitudes for no. Do you know what? It's like there's part of me that actually loved that she lost it. I thought you deserve you. And it's the only reason I wouldn't buy it. I thought you are such a biatch. I am not giving you a penny. And she was complaining that well, I'm not making enough money. This art festival just isn't what I thought it would be. Blah blah blah. The people don't know what they're looking at. I thought, you bitch. I thought, well, you'd have made 150 quid today if you hadn't been pissing and moaning. That's happened in your chat, because I always put an X at the end of mine if I'm saying hello to somebody, and Pomp's moaned at me before. Must be rolling through YouTube. I'm going to have to stop putting kisses at the end. Okay, you lovely people, it's 10 a.m. here. Time for some Whataburger. Oh, I want a burger. Oh, you're already looking into another one. Ruh-roh. Just got one, Jamie. I posted something in Children of the Crow. Check it out. Ruh-roh. What's the best way to distinctly paint or draw? Paint white chocolate, asking for a friend. You'll never sell that. Oh, it's Crow being in the memes. Oh, God. Actually, thanks for the warning. I won't look until I've eaten. People can sense attitude. It can have an effect. Yeah. I mean, years and years, because I used to do antiques and collectibles as well. Years and years of selling at markets and fairs, and also teaching, having to talk to people. I am very shy. I'm very introverted, but the reason I can do the lives, the reason I can do my channel, is I'm used to being in front of house. It always annoys me in the chain stores when you get stroppy shop assistants and people on the cash registers. It's like, oh, there's no way nobody'd buy anything off me if I was stroppy behind the market store. I want the Singates guitar next. I've got to take a drug test today. Hi. Hey, Dawson. You done for speeding? What a way to enter the chat. He likes to make an entrance as our Dodo. Been lurking, just numb this morning. Oh, sweetie, are you okay? As long as they're not testing for sparkling vamps, you're good. Yeah. Any glitter in it? It must be rolling out, because I think it was. No, it can't have been yours or John Boy's. That might have been John Boy's. I can't remember if Pomp's and what, but I remember going in something that Pomp was moaning at me. I keep on to approve your messages, Sarah. Oh, I haven't done anything. Does it work for mods? We're unstoppable. Yeah, the mods are going to show off now. We can do it. Do you have a favourite medium and subject? I spent years drawing with pencil, which is kind of why I went on to ink pen when I went professional. So I prefer to draw than anything else. And subject matter, I just love anything sort of fantasy type, sci-fi, something a bit different. I do love doing portrait work, but I don't do it very often these days. That's how I learned to draw, though, doing portraits, pencil portraits. In terms of paint, I love gouache, because it's vibrant enough. It can work like an oil covering or an acrylic covering, but it's also water based, so you can actually rework it, and you can use it like a watercolor if you thin it down. But the main things I paint at the minute is my leather work, the bags. So that's leather paint. I've peed in a few cups, not for drug tests though. Thanks for sharing, Sponge. Good to know. Probably best leave that one there. Let's get to the bottom of the chat. No, I'm not going to prove it, Dawson. What's he said? Apparently energy drinks can affect the quick drug tests. No idea. Elaine gets a gold star, Raven. You know, Raven, you know she's not going to play nice if she doesn't have to. She's going to give you a tough time. And quite right, too. Mr. Haven't seen Star Wars. You deserve it. Keep your feet on the ground. Keep your feet on the ground. I need to get a. Oh, there's one. Get some water sorted out. Has anyone seen 2-ply recently? 2-ply's not doing it anymore. He's given up the ghost. Hey everyone, I never said hi. No, you didn't. You just came in here pissing and moaning about drug tests. All you cared about was the drug test. Dawson's got a premiere tonight, I think. Sure, I saw that pop up. So yeah, he's not doing it anymore. So if you wonder where 2-ply is, he's gone. I want a cup of tea for Christmas. Nobody, John Boy, ever. Do you ever see art that you like and try copying it to learn from it? Yeah. Not necessarily say a picture. I used to do a lot of fan art, but I used to do it in my own style. But in terms of techniques, yes. I did a Doctor Who collage for a friend a while ago, and it was the Matt Smith era, and the Van Gogh episode was in his era. So I actually went into look at some of Van Gogh's brushworks. I mean, I stylized it, but God, that guy was a genius. The brushwork on Van Gogh. Zoom in, especially if you're an artist. Zoom in on his paintings. But yeah, I can get inspiration from styles. But what tends to happen, especially as I've been doing it so long, is it will then get almost translated into my style. It's more about looking at techniques, to be honest, than anything else. Why is 2-ply stuff? I just didn't want to do it anymore. It happens. Just sometimes people just think, no, I want to move on. You know, it's a bit like Josh from Paranormal Seekers that just decided to switch to being a gaming channel, which again is fine. It's all good. You know, Parpel switched to being a travel channel. He does. I think it's, just let me check. I think it's 11:30 my time. I did check this morning. Let me check that. Dawson Tola. Yes, it's 11:30 my time, so that's what, 6:30 East Coast. Uh, so I know all you're seeing is my arm. It's the way I've set up. So, do you like Stranger Things or just join it because it's cool? No, I love it. I'm actually doing this for a project. I've done Stranger Things artworks before. So I know what I'll be doing Boxing Day because it's 1 a.m. here. The next three are coming out. I have to say though, season 4 was they've got to go some to. I think if this wasn't the last season, they'd be in trouble because season 4 was hard to beat. Um, uh, I'm selling legit haunted tea, otherwise marketed as haunted hot dog water. Tell Crow that he'll do an ad. Haunted hot dog water. He's been a busy little bunny creating adverts recently. So he had a visual one on his live this morning. Um, Love to glean ideas from other artists. Yeah, you morph it into your own style. You can't be creative. It's not the way the creative process works. You can't have blinkers on. You know, it's not about taking ideas, it's being inspired by other people. It's being but so long as you're making it your own, you know, you're not doing a carbon copy of something. I mean, even not, it depends what you're doing, so please don't see this as a blanket, yes, you can do it. But even a lot of the big film and TV now are a little bit more. Some of them are actually fine with fan art, some aren't at all. But it's about, I mean, it's like this. The Demigorgon is actually from a strange. Actually, I don't you can see it on the. Um, there's That's what I've done it on. I'm got to get this lighting fixed, but that's what I've done it on. That's part of a picture of mine, and that picture is actually licensed. Um, but it is possible to do that now. Only certain franchises will let you do it, but you can actually license them now. Um, Harple is still, yeah. Harple is still around, and Josh is still around. But yeah, sometimes not everybody goes the distance. Not everybody lasts the distance, but it's fine. You know, it's not me being judgy. Two Ply's a good dude because he started a long work schedule, he faded out, and then he cancelled all the investigations. I think that was part of him, just not interested anymore. And you know, when you're doing something like this, especially when you're doing YouTube, and you also will attest to this. Anybody with a channel here will attest to this. You know, you've got to be into it. And you know, and Jamie's a busy guy, got a big family, and if your heart's not in it, oh, it's laborious. It would be laborious. And as it was an investigation channel, that required extra time to actually go out, do the investigations, etc. So you never know, he might pop up again, say hello at some point, he might not. Season 3 was my favourite for the set design, colours and all that. Didn't enjoy the season script as much. I liked season 3 at the time it came out. I liked that dynamic in there. But I mean, I like all the seasons for one reason or another, but season 4 is just, yeah, hell yeah. That was season 2. That was the only bad episode. That's the only episode I've never rewatched. It seemed pointless at the time. Uh, we'll make sure that Crow knows we get 15% commission. We all use influencers for art, music, etc. to make it our own. Yeah. It's why you do it in the first place. It's why you do. I'm just going to come off thing for a minute. It's why you it's why we do it in the first place. It's why somebody's a musician, because they love music, you know, and the music they're going to want to play, or we're going to want to play, because I'm a musician, or was, is, I mean, I did, one of the many things I did was I had piano lessons. Piano lessons bored the crap out of me. I mean, I got my exams, but, you know, when I'd done my practice for my piano lessons, which I didn't spend long on, I was playing what I wanted to play, you know. Because it was what I was into. You're not gonna be really into rock music and suddenly be, I don't know, completely different genre to be a professional, unless you're literally just doing it for the money. That's because Raven spends the time telling you everything that you should be doing. I'm not good enough to carbon copy anybody's. Actually, carbon copying is actually really difficult. You know, for the most part, people do it for illicit purposes, like, you know, trying to do fake paintings, etc. But it's highly technical. My videos were influenced by other channels, but not by much, but definitely influenced by many different channels. But, you know, that's what, you know, you didn't not watch YouTube and think, oh, well, you know, and sit in a bubble and think, I think I'll go on YouTube and start ghost hunting. You know, we all get inspired to do something, but best way to keep going with it, actually, is what Dawson does, what I do, what a lot of people do, is make it your own. You making Raven play Resident 9 first so you know what you're doing? Yeah, you do all the work, Raven, then John Boy can reap the benefits. It's also expensive with a lot of return, if any. Most don't want to spend thousands and thousands to get 200 views, and that's completely understandable. It's a lot of work, thankless too. The thing is, I'm not talking about going out investigating now. That's a different kettle of fish, but again, I'm going through a lot of what my next video is going to be, but, you know, to run a YouTube channel doesn't have to be expensive, at least not to start with. You know, you can do it with your phone. Yeah, I mean, I've rewatched Stranger Things a few times, and I always skip that episode. Don't tell me that. Oh, now you've said that, I'm going to have to change it. Hang on. I can't stand Taylor Swift. Okay. I absolutely love the creative process when you sit down and get in that zone. Actually, somebody asked me the other day, it might have been Oceans actually, what inspires you the most? And honestly, it's not even art or it's music. I have done so much stuff that has been inspired by a piece of music, and the visuals have gone into my head. The other one is, if you saw my tribute video, actually I'll just quickly play it because it's under a minute. Have I still got it? Yeah, I have. The tribute video I put out last week, which is this one. The reason I've played that is the quote in that, "I will write peace on your wings and you'll fly all over the world." It's one of my favourite quotes, and that inspired a piece of artwork that I did a while ago. I did it in the winter. I just did it for me. I think the video might be on my art channel actually. But just quickly, it's a quote from a little girl who was about 10 or 11 years old from Japan. And she was a baby when the bomb dropped, when the Hiroshima. And she developed leukemia when she was about 11. And there's a Japanese legend that if you fold 1,000 paper cranes, you'll get well again. And she got to 600, she died. But that quote, I've sort of taken it out of the original story, but that quote, "I'll write peace on your wings and you'll fly all over the world," is one of my favourites. I'm actually wondering if it's on the channel. But yeah, I did a piece of artwork on that, and I sold the original on eBay. And I was thrilled that it's one of my favourite destinations for a piece of artwork, because it actually went to Japan, which was good because I didn't have to get upset by it. But yeah, so sometimes a quote or a phrase or reading a book or music, it doesn't have to be visual, it doesn't have to be the same. Music is the most for me. Hi Dawson, if you're still here. Oh, football, yuck, yuck. Right, I think I'll end it in a minute because I know if football's on, I'm gonna just have a quick look if it's just out of interest. See if it is on my art channel. What's my art channel called? Uncanny Academy. There we go. I don't know if the video's still on there. I'll have to get it back on it. No, I've got some more subscribe. Why people subscribe when they're all on it? Well, there is stuff on it, but I've uploaded for a while. No, I'll get it put back on. I'll find the video and get it put back on so you can see the piece of artwork. But yeah, it's one of my favourite quotes, just generally. Quite often, conversation is something you hear, something. It can be something tiny that just, It's actually why I always carry pen and paper around me, or at least if I've just got my phone, I've got notes on my phone. So if I think of something, I sort of do it straight away. Right, guys, I'm going to do a different art stream later in the week. I'm going to get myself set up properly. I need to find that webcam because this camera sucks. I'm really sorry. I'll make a big dramatic announcement. I'm doing art streams again, and I'll suck at it. So, sugar. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm also not. I also have a notepad. Yeah, I do. And I have a notepad on my desk, a big one, and I also have a little one in my bag on the rare occasion I do go out. But like I say, if I suddenly find myself without one, it goes on my phone. Because otherwise you never remember it. I find art as a way of healing from it. Yeah, it is used for therapy. You don't have to be doing it for financial reasons. You don't even have to be doing it for anybody else. If it's making you relaxed and chill and you love doing it, whether it's arts, crafts, whatever it is, just do it. It's very therapeutic. Right, guys, I'm going to call it quits. I'm sorry I've been a pain today because I'm all over the place, but I've got my normal live on Tuesday, and what I'll do, I might do it on one of the late night ones, is I'll get set up properly. This lighting needs sorting as well. I'll find my webcam, I'll be sorted. But I'll also start getting more stuff on the art channel. So keep an eye out for notifications for my video. Keep an eye out for notifications for the long live streams where I've got things like the musical in. That's more likely to be between Christmas and New Year. And I will see you anon. Toodles.
It's Christmas! It's Christmas! Snow is falling, Santa Claus is calling, the year is done, let's have some fun!
They curse not today to all of the community.